13 First Alert meteorologist Allie Potter joins us live outside on the 13 News Plaza. Allie, how will the weather be for fire crews today?
Well, it is going to be a gusty one today, Rebecca. We're not anticipating really any rain. Obviously, we're in monsoon, so we can't rule it out completely, but I want to show you with those gusty winds. That's exactly what that fire is currently burning. Near the Casas Adobes area, we do tend to pick up around 21-mile-per-hour gusts around 2 o'clock this afternoon. That literally adds fuel to those wildfires. Kayla was saying that it seems to be lightning caused, but about 90% of wildfires are human caused. So again, please do your part. We're dealing with dry conditions, gusty winds. Watch those tow chains. Don't park in high grass. Dispose of those cigarettes and matches properly, please. We're hanging on to the 90s, but barely 98 degrees. Those wind speeds are picking up a little bit, though. We can feel humidity at this hour. We are going to track our next chance for storms coming up soon. Rebecca.
Yeah, the 80s. That was wishful thinking.
I know. My brain is going, ooh, let's go back there.
We gotcha. Thanks, Allie. 13 First Alert meteorologist Allie Potter joins us now. Besides the heat, can we expect another round of rain today?
Well, a very, very slim chance for the Tucson area. If we're going to see any storms, it is really going to be to the south, so near that Mexico border. We're currently feeling the heat, though, regardless of where you live. 98 degrees in Tucson, 93 if you're hanging out in Sierra Vista. The mid-90s in Nogales, triple digits already in Marana, 101 for Safford, 99 in San Manuel. Here's a look at that swimming forecast. I think the pool has gotten some really good use, especially the last few days or so. Triple digits, of course, by noon, 103 by 2 o'clock, 103 by 4 o'clock, squeezing out that 104 somewhere in there in Tucson by 6 o'clock, 101. We could see some moisture kind of move on into the region here in the next couple of hours or so. Here's a look at today's highs in our neighboring towns. Douglas, 98 degrees for you, a 10% chance for rain. Sierra Vista, 94, a 10% chance for rain for you. The best chance for rain will be in Nogales, a 30% chance, temperature-wise, 96 degrees. Tucson, definitely feeling the heat once again, 104. Just a reminder, we didn't even see the triple digits yesterday in Tucson. We topped out at 99 degrees. The heat is here, and in fact, it's the #1 weather-related killer, so please be careful out there. We are seeing moderate, some minor risk when it comes to your health. So if you're really sensitive to the heat, you might want to limit your time outdoors. Regardless, though, please be careful. Know your limits. Watch, just keep an eye on what the weather is like, okay? Plan that jog earlier in the morning, later on at night. Drink plenty of water. Don't forget that sunscreen. Most importantly, to look before you lock. Make sure the kids and pets are not inside your vehicle as you go inside your home. We're seeing a little bit moisture hanging out, especially if you're in the Safford area, a little bit of lightning there. And as I told you, those storms are going to veer off to the south. Our dew points are looking pretty good. That moisture is hanging out. 52 for San Manuel, 55 in Tucson. We're seeing the 40s and 50s. Around that mid-50 mark is when we tend to see some of that rain. Here's a look at our future radar. Here's around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Again, notice near the international borders where we're going to see some of those pop-up storms around 6 o'clock even this evening. Clearing out, though, but the best chance for rain will be tomorrow, especially in the afternoon. Those storms really starting to pop off a little bit, especially during the afternoon. You know how monsoon storms they're kind of timely sometimes like that. 29-mile-per-hour gusts we can expect tomorrow, nearing those breezy conditions pretty much the remainder of our work week. Very, very slim chance today for rain. Again, mostly to the south. Tomorrow, better chance for rain in Tucson. Those triple digits, of course, they are staying with us.
Wow. So the warmest day of the week is today.
Yes, it is.
All right, we can handle this heat.
I think
Thanks,
so.
Allie.
That's all.
Exactly.
But Elmo wants everyone to have a good time.
That's right.
Typically. We are not having a good time in the heat, so definitely a pool day. Tomorrow, though, we could be tracking some storms.
Wow, pool day sounds really good.
Yeah.
All right, that does it for us. We'll see you at 3 o'clock.
A close eye on the weather conditions that could drive fire dangers across the region. 13 First Alert Meteorologist Allie Potter is outside on the 13 News Plaza, and you got the shades on today.
I do. Lots of sunshine today, Valerie, taking a break from that rain. However, if you're towards the south, a little bit of a different story of a chance for rain today. I do want to get into talking more about the Table Mountain wildfire. So Kayla was just talking about those gusty winds. Those fire crews are really going to start to keep an eye on them, and that's exactly right. Sustained winds around 10 to 15 miles per hour for the remainder of our day. However, gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Those gusts literally just add fuel to that wildfire. We're dealing with a little bit more humidity though, thanks to some moisture. There's about a 5% chance for rain. Look at that. Those gusty winds do definitely pick up around that 21 mile per hour range. Our current radar is tracking a little bit of pop-up storms earlier. Those have since faded off. The Tucson metro area really on the dry side. Those storms definitely off to the south, nearing the Arizona and Mexico border. That's going to be really the popular spot for storms tonight. However, different story tomorrow. We'll track it coming up next.
Bring in 13 First Alert meteorologist Allie Potter, and you've got some update for us.
Yes, we do. So literally right after I saw you, a severe thunderstorm warning popped up here on our 13 First Alert radar. This is typical during monsoon. Some of those storms really starting to fire on up. But let me give you a little bit of a closer idea. This is for the area in Benson. We are seeing this until about 4 o'clock this afternoon, that severe thunderstorm warning. Let's dive in just a little bit deeper here. We're seeing some heavy rainfall, very specific in this area. Again, this is near Benson, especially along I-10. Now we are seeing some strong gusty winds around 60 miles per hour are possible. And we could in fact see some damage to roofs, siding, and trees if we do reach that 60 mile per hour gust. Again, this is actually a stationary storm near Benson. We could see some lightning along with this. Now, as for how much estimated rainfall, so far less than an inch of rain has fallen in that region. A lot of those storms are really staying to the south at this hour. And when I mean south, really south, near Mexico. We are going to see some more pop-up storms throughout the rest of our afternoon heading into our evening hours. Here's around 4 o'clock. Notice Tucson really staying on the dry side. However, these storms near the Sells region, so western Pima County, off to the east, this is near Cochise County, and then down to the south near the Mexico and Arizona border. Around 6 o'clock this evening, we could start to see more of those storms again, still staying to the south near Nogales and Sierra Vista. Drying out, but however, tomorrow a better chance for storms, especially for the Tucson area. About a 20% chance for Tucson tomorrow. Again, pretty isolated though when it comes up to some of those pop-up storms around 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. Some gusty winds that we have seen today around 30 miles per hour for Tucson, 24 in Sierra Vista and San Manuel, 28 for Nogales, 22 in Marana, 25 for Casa Grande. Those temps though, really Tucson is seeing those triple digits once again, 102, 105 in Marana, 104 for Safford, triple digits continuing for you in San Manuel. A little bit cooler though in Nogales, 94, 95 in Sierra Vista. Our 7-day does include a stretch once again of those triple digits. Again, we are seeing about a 20% chance for storms tomorrow in Tucson. Of course, stronger though, or a better chance. That's the better verbiage for you for other parts of southern Arizona. But again, that severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for the Benson region. I want to pop it up just to kind of give you another closer idea if you're just joining us. This is going to be in effect until about 4 o'clock this afternoon. We could expect some strong gusty winds. Oh, and a flood advisory. That is just into our newsroom as well. This is going to be in effect until 6:15. It's exactly in that region that surrounding or a little bit more isolated though. Again, so far less than an inch of rain has fallen, but we have that severe storm warning until about 4 o'clock. However, that flood advisory is going to be in effect until 6:15.
Things can change.
Live TV for
yes,
ya.
and things can change in a minute. We do know
Literally.
that
Yes.
all throughout monsoon, so definitely want to pay attention and get that weather app so we
Yes,
have those alerts.
definitely.
Okay. The votes are at Lane and check in with 13 First Alert meteorologist Allie Potter. And we have a severe storm warning, flood advisory that all kicked in during this newscast.
It really did, Valerie, and it's just a reminder to please stay safe out there, and things can really change literally within minutes. Let's first tackle the severe storm warning. This is in effect until 4 o'clock this afternoon. This is for the Benson region, all right? We can see some strong gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour. Again, that could even cause damage to your roof, so please be careful. We also have this flood advisory really for that same area. This is in effect until 6:15 this evening. Some minor flooding is already taking place, and even some parts are already seeing an inch of rain. Here's a little bit of a deeper dive here. We're seeing some light rain in some of these areas, but also some moderate to heavy rainfall in Benson. A little bit more broad. We're seeing a lot of those storms though taking place to the south, and they have the potential to move through around that Cochise County and Santa Cruz region hours from now. Here in town, we are at 102 in Tucson, but we're also tracking the potential for storms tomorrow here in the Tucson metro area. Details up next, Val.
All right, we'll see you in a bit. To develop. All right, weather can change in a minute this time of year. 13 First Alert meteorologist Allie Potter joins us. So no more severe storm warning already?
No, I feel like every time I see you, there's always an update. The good news is National Weather Service allowed that severe thunderstorm warning to be canceled, and we are still left though with flood advisory. This is for the same area that severe thunderstorm was. This is in the Benson region. This is still until 6:15 this evening. We are seeing not as much rainfall when I last saw you, but we're still seeing some light to moderate rainfall at this hour. And we have seen reports of close to an inch of rain. Let me just kind of break it down as a nice little reminder. We're officially into monsoon. We're really going to start to see some of these advisories and sometimes warnings take place. So that flood advisory means flooding may cause some significant inconvenience. Of course, please be careful. Do not drive through any type of flooded intersections or washes. If there's barricades, they're there for a reason. You know the drill. Turn around, don't drown. That flood advisory once again for the Benson region in effect until 6:15 this evening. All those storms are really popping off though to the south. We're talking Mexico and eventually working its way up. It has the potential to meet kind of near the border near Santa Cruz and Cochise County. We are seeing our future radar popping off later on around 5 o'clock. Notice those storms producing some heavy to light rainfall depending on where you are. But again, still staying near that border. And kind of starting to fade off though this evening around 8-9 o'clock, picking right back up this time in the Tucson metro area tomorrow afternoon. Here's around 4 o'clock. Notice for Sierra Vista, even Cochise County, we are seeing some of those pop-up storms, especially near the Wilcox region tomorrow around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, then fading off heading into Thursday. Those gusty winds are going to be hanging out with us for the rest of our afternoon, especially hanging out through the rest of our week. 28-mile-per-hour gusts for Tucson. We did clock in right before 2 o'clock this afternoon. 24 for Sierra Vista, 28 in Nogales, 23 in Marana, 24 in San Manuel, and 25 for Casa Grande. Here is a live look from Tombstone, and here in Tucson we're at 102, 195 though in Sierra Vista, 94 in Nogales, 105 in Marana, 104 for Safford, 102 if you are in San Manuel. Our 7-day looks like this, a 20% chance for storms for the Tucson region tomorrow. Obviously our overnights are going to be a little bit on the toasty side this evening.
Yeah, that all looks hot.
It does. The rain thankfully cools
Yes.
things down a little bit,
Yes.
so that's some good news. For
Always looking forward to the rain.
Yes.
All right. Well, triple.
In just a couple of minutes on 13 News, and Allie's here with another look at the forecast.
We have this flood advisory for you in Benson in effect until 6:15 tonight.
All right, that wraps it up for us. Thank you for joining us.